Dun, 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 Cloud Kill.
Goodbye, PlayStation 4, and hello, PlayStation 5. Now, I don't have the PlayStation 5, and I will not be getting one until sort of the middle of 2021. My plan is to get the system in about July or August, or maybe sooner, or maybe a little bit later. It depends on when Horizon Forbidden West comes out. But the fact is that this week, not only was it the end of the current generation, that is now old generation, but also the beginning of the next generation, that of course is now the current generation. Somehow it feels really weird to say that the PlayStation 4 is an old generation. Just like I had with the PS1 and the PlayStation 2, it truly felt that this generation would go on forever and ever. And in some ways, with its amazing backwards compatibility for both the Xbox Series and the PlayStation 5 for the old generation, it kind of does move on instead of just die and vanish in history of gaming. I just wanted to, talk a little bit about my experiences with the PlayStation 4, as I don't have a Xbox One. The PlayStation 4 to me is my favorite 7 years of gaming, my favorite game console ever. However, that does not mean it is the best console to ever grace the gaming world. In my opinion, the PS1 and the PlayStation 2 are basically unbeatable. And a big fact is because these games were actually complete. You didn't have online, you didn't have updates, you didn't have patches. You get what you bought. And that is something that no matter how great this generation was, when the service goes down, a lot of these games, well, okay, not a huge amount, but a lot of these games will not work or will not be the same as you remember. I think a really good example is Neo. Neo is a great game, but they created a lot of updates and DLC for the game that really expands and in some way made the game a little bit different than the base game. However, though, the Neo collection, remastered collection, was announced for PlayStation 5, and I truly hope that they will release a physical version that has everything on disc. That would definitely be great for Neo 1 and Neo 2, by the way. However, this generation I have played a tremendous amount of games from different genres, from different countries, and the rise, I guess, of the indie physical world was absolutely fantastic. And I also loved that sort of the Japanese games came back with great titles, of course, like Dragon Quest XI, Persona 5, Sekiro, even though I still have to play it, Neo, a lot of Dragon Quest games. I love the sword art games, especially Hollow Realization. I still need to buy and play the next one that came out this year, even though I have heard that that game wasn't really that great. I also loved the indie games a lot more than the big AAA games. Exclusives, however, were absolutely mind-blowingly fantastic. Sony is really just absolutely doing an amazing job of making sure that the PlayStation is a console that you want to have. And from what we have seen at the moment, the PlayStation 5 will definitely continue that trend with Ratchet & Clank, Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Forbidden West, and God of War Ragnarok coming next year. It is an absolute beast of a lineup for a first year of a new generation, and it just boggles my mind and makes me wonder, if that is the first year, what will be its second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth and 7 years of the console life cycle. I also cannot wait, to be honest, to try out these older games on the PlayStation 5. I've seen with Digital Foundry that a lot of these games, for example Sekiro, now runs at a fluid 60 frames. It also seems that most current gen games will have a performance option or a graphical option to finally be playing your games on 60 frames. So that is pretty cool. I also hope, just like with the PlayStation 5, that we're gonna see some incredible indie games. Where the PS3, in my opinion, was a great system, it lacked the Japanese diversity that I loved with the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2. To me, the PS3 generation was a great generation, but it was nowhere near the PS1 or PS2 and the PlayStation 4. Just the sheer amount of games make this system something that you really want to have and extremely collectible. There are more than 2,000 physical games available for the PlayStation 4, and there's probably a lot more at the moment. The PlayStation 4 is something that will not die out soon, just like with the PS3. I really remember when the PS4 came out, you didn't really see much about the PS3. Sony kind of dropped the bomb pretty quickly, but we have already seen that Horizon is going to come out for PS4. Spider-Man is at the moment already came out for PS4. So the PS4 is still a big part of their gaming culture. It's a no-brainer that they create a new update where you can actually, on your PlayStation 4, you can see people play on their PlayStation 5 and they're all both connected. So in my personal opinion, the PS4 will not have the same fate as the PS3. And that is the reason why I'm not going to get the PlayStation 5 at launch or even in the beginning of next year. There are just so many games that I still want to buy and still want to play. Not talking about the limited run games, because we never know what limited run will put out. Some week there's nothing, another week there's something I really want. And there's like still 7 packages that I ordered from them and I haven't received a single one. This generation was, or last generation, was also sort of the rise of the Play Asia or the Asia English releases, where a lot of Japanese games that never came out here or only had a Japanese release now finally be able to play it in English. It also seems that more and more Japanese games somehow have English subtitles, so importing Japanese games and games that never came out in the West but did came out in Asia is now a big thing. I don't know really what to say anymore besides that I really love the PlayStation 4. At first I didn't really like the blue, just like I don't really like the blue, black and white, what the PlayStation 5 boxes are now. But the more I see, the more I kind of grow into it. And I kind of like the blue at the moment. And I probably will like the black and the white. It kind of reminds me of the PlayStation 2. However, I don't really see the connection between the blue cases and black and white. They definitely could have done something a little bit different, maybe transparent, just like with the PlayStation 3. That is kind of what I wanted to say about the PlayStation 4. I have nothing else to say. Everyone who is going to get the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, or you may already have one of these systems, definitely leave it in the comments below. Do you like the system? Have you played Demon's Souls? I'm so hyped for Demon's Souls. That game looks incredible. And as of right now, I am playing with 2 of my friends. We're playing Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin on PlayStation 4, and the game is absolutely fantastic. I'm also playing Trials of Mana. It's a little bit of a soon birthday present from my parents, so that was really cool. Like, share, comment and subscribe, or dislike if you want, I don't care. And like always, you will see me next time.